The tragedy of Emlyn Hughes, a football legend's triumphs and trials. Emlyn Hughes, one of English football's most celebrated figures, faced a devastating turning point in the summer of 2003 when he collapsed at Newmarket Races, unaware that a malignant brain tumor was silently growing within him. This vibrant man, who had lifted European Cups, captained England, and charmed millions as a television personality, would soon confront the greatest battle of his life. His journey, however, was not just one of glory, but also of controversy, marked by a bitter feud with a teammate, unproven match-fixing allegations, and a late-life drink-driving conviction. From his humble beginnings in Barrow-in-Furness to his rise as a Liverpool icon and media star, Hughes' story is a complex tapestry of triumphs, flaws, and resilience. Early life and rise to stardom. Born on August 28, 1947, in Barrow-in-Furness, a working-class town in Cumbria, Emlyn Hughes grew up with dreams of footballing greatness. His hometown club, Barrow AFC, rejected him for a trial, a decision that would fuel his determination. Instead, he began his professional career at Blackpool in 1964, where his raw talent and relentless energy shone alongside England internationals Jimmy Armfield and Alan Ball. Hughes' performances at Blackpool caught the attention of Liverpool's legendary manager, Bill Shankly, who saw in the 19-year-old a future star. In 1967, Shankly paid £65,000, a significant sum for the time, to bring Hughes to Liverpool. The transfer was a bold move, but Shankly's faith in Hughes was unshakable. On the drive back to Merseyside, after signing the deal, Shankly's car was stopped by police due to a broken tail light. When asked who was in the vehicle, Shankly pointed to Hughes and declared, "There sits the future captain of England." This prophecy would prove remarkably accurate, as Hughes went on to achieve greatness, both at club and international levels. Hughes made his Liverpool debut March 4, 1967, in a 2-1 victory over Stoke City. His wild, almost reckless energy on the pitch quickly endeared him to the Anfield faithful, earning him the nickname Crazy Horse after a particularly ferocious tackle on Newcastle United's Albert Bennett. While his first 4 seasons at Liverpool yielded no major trophies, Hughes was becoming the cornerstone of Shankly's vision to rebuild the club into a dominant force. His versatility playing in midfield, at left-back, and later settling in central defence made him indispensable. The golden era at Liverpool's 1970s marked the peak of Hughes' career and Liverpool's transformation into a footballing powerhouse under Shankly and his successor, Bob Paisley. Hughes was at the heart of this golden era, helping Liverpool secure 4 First Division titles: 1972-73, 1975-76, 1976-77, 1978-79, and FA Cup 1974, to UEFA Cups 1973, 1976, and, most memorably, the club's first 2 European Cups in 1977 and 1978. His leadership and tireless work rates were pivotal to these successes, and in 1977, he was named the Football Writers' Association Footballer of the Year, a testament to his individual brilliance. Hughes' impact extended beyond the pitch. Appointed Liverpool captain in 1973, he led with infectious enthusiasm, galvanizing teammates and fans alike. His 665 appearances for Liverpool remain the 4th highest in the club's history, a record that underscores his durability and importance. Off the field, his beaming smile and larger-than-life personality made him a fan favourite, but beneath this public persona lay tensions that would spark one of football's most infamous feuds, the feud with Tommy Smith. In the summer of 1973, Shankly made a controversial decision to strip Tommy Smith, a Liverpool-born stalwart, of the captaincy and hand it to Hughes. Smith, who had been with the club since 1960, felt betrayed. "It was my club," Smith later wrote in his 2008 autobiography, "I'd been there a damn sight longer than him. Why should I let this two-faced little so-and-so spoil my football life?" The decision ignited a bitter rivalry that would never heal. Smith's resentment was deeply personal. He described Hughes as attention-seeking, tight with money, and lacking genuine friends at the club, claiming his only allies were straight out of a vending machine. The feud manifested in shocking ways. When Hughes was injured in a match, Smith reportedly sprinted past him to congratulate Chelsea's Ron "Chopper" Harris for the foul, saying, "I could get to like you, Harris." In another incident, after Leeds United's Alan Clark bloodied Hughes, Smith allegedly remarked, "Maybe that Clark's not such a bad bloke after all." There's even an unverified claim that Smith struck Hughes during a game at Manchester City. Though both players maintained professionalism on the pitch, as Bob Paisley noted, neither of them let their personal problems affect their games. The most damaging allegation came in Smith's 2008 book, published after Hughes's death. Smith claimed that before a crucial title-deciding match against Arsenal in May 1972, Hughes suggested that Arsenal players were willing to throw the game for £50 per man. Smith said he was disgusted by the idea, which deepened his hatred for Hughes. Liverpool drew the match 0-0, and Derby County won the title. While the match-fixing allegation remains unproven and impossible to verify, it cast a shadow over Hughes's legacy, raising questions about his character, international career, and later playing days. On the international stage, Hughes earned 62 caps for England, debuting in 1969 against the Netherlands. He captained his country 23 times, scoring his only international goal against Wales in 1972. Despite his long service, he never played in the final stages of a major tournament, serving as an unused squad member at the 1970 World Cup and the 1980 European Championship. His international career, while respectable, lacked the defining moments of his club achievements. In 1979, Hughes left Liverpool for Wolverhampton Wanderers, where he made an immediate impact. In his first season, he captained Wolves to the 1980 League Cup, defeating Nottingham Forest and completing his collection of domestic honours. That same year, he was awarded an OBE for services to football. However, his playing career began to wind down with brief spells at lower league clubs, including an ill-fated stint as player-manager at Rotherham United. Hughes took over at Rotherham in 1981, and his first season showed promise, with the team narrowly missing promotion to the First Division. However, by March 1983, with Rotherham struggling near the bottom of the table, Hughes was sacked. The team was relegated 2 months later. Bob Paisley suggested that Hughes's love of the limelight and need for admiration may have been ill-suited to the solitary demands of management, where results trump personality, a media star and public controversies. After retiring in 1984, Hughes transitioned seamlessly into a media career, becoming a household name as a team captain on the BBC's A Question of Sport. His infectious laugh and boundless enthusiasm endeared him to audiences, though his gaffes like putting his arm around Princess Anne, breaking royal protocol, or mistaking her for a male jockey in a photo added to his charm. He also worked as a pundit for the BBC, covering tragic events like the Hazel Stadium disaster 1985 and Hillsborough 1989, and later joined Real Radio as a sports commentator, where his strong opinions sparked lively listener reactions. Yet, controversy followed him. During a civic reception celebrating Liverpool's 1977 European Cup win, Hughes took the microphone and led a chant of "Liverpool are magic, Everton are tragic," injecting partisanship into a moment meant to unify the city. Critics also pointed to his decision to name his children Emlyn Jr. and Emma Hughes as evidence of narcissism, reinforcing perceptions that his charisma could border on self-centeredness. In August 2002, Hughes faced public disgrace after a drink driving Conviction. On his 55th birthday, after an afternoon at York races, he drove a friend's car a short distance while over the legal alcohol limit, believing his brother, who had suffered a stroke, needed urgent help. The court imposed a 12-month driving ban and a £400 fine. Hughes expressed deep remorse, stating, "I am absolutely disgusted with what I did. I abhor drink drivers. The incident, though mitigated by circumstance, was a regrettable stain on his reputation." The final battle, the summer of 2003, brought a far graver challenge. While at Newmarket races with his family, Hughes collapsed unexpectedly. A second incident followed weeks later, when he fell off his bicycle. Medical tests revealed a glioblastoma multiforme, an aggressive brain tumour. He underwent surgery at Sheffield's Royal Hallamshire Hospital, followed by radiotherapy and chemotherapy, but the tumour proved relentless. A second operation caused permanent damage to his left side, and by 2004, he was virtually unable to walk, with his eyesight severely impaired. Throughout his illness, Hughes displayed extraordinary courage. When told of the tumour's grim survival rates, he reportedly said, "Oh, right, well, I'll be the second person to survive then." His daughter Emma noted that the illness made him kinder and more thoughtful, and he never succumbed to self-pity. Determined to live fully, he achieved his goal of attending the 2003 Rugby World Cup in Australia, despite his declining health. On November 9, 2004, Emlyn Hughes passed away at his Sheffield home, aged 57. Surrounded by his wife, Barbara, and children, his death prompted an outpouring of grief. Liverpool FC held a minute silence, with a spokesman praising his boundless enthusiasm, 100% commitment, and unrelenting passion. Former A Question of Sport colleague Bill Beaumont called him a lovely and enthusiastic bloke. Legacy and complexity. Hughes's legacy endures through statues in Barrow-in-Furness and at Anfield, where he is depicted being carried by Bob Paisley after a triumph. His family continues to honour him through fundraising for brain tumour research. Yet, the question remains, was the man behind the smile as golden as his medals? The feud with Tommy Smith, the unproven match-fixing allegation, the drink-driving conviction, and accusations of narcissism reveal a more complex figure than the cheerful persona he projected. Nevertheless, Hughes's contributions to English football are undeniable. He was a cornerstone of Liverpool's golden era, a charismatic leader who captained club and country with distinction. His transition to television broadened his appeal, making he was a recognizable figure across generations. From rejection in Barrow to European glory, from Anfield to the A Question of Sport set, and through his courageous final battle, Emlyn Hughes' crazy horse remains a significant, influential, and remarkable figure in British sport, remembered for both his brilliance and his humanity, complexities and all.